Assalamu alaikum. Today on the Happy Home podcast, we're delving into something that every parent deals with at some point, even sometimes daily. Have you ever noticed the harder you try to make them listen, the more they push back? There's a psychological reason for this, and that's exactly what I'm going to share with you in today's episode. Because if you ever thought, why can't my child see that I'm just trying to help them? I just want good for them. Why don't they trust me? Then this episode is for you, beautiful mom. Today you'll discover why your child reacts that way, and more importantly, how to tweak your parenting so that they start to listen to you instead of pushing back. This episode is called Control Pushes Them Away, Influence Draws Them In. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why shifting from control to influence can transform your entire family dynamic. So let's get into this. Bismillah. Welcome to the Happy Home podcast, where we help Muslim mothers create success and happiness in their personal, professional, and family life and raise their children as happy, pious, and productive Muslims. My name is Sayed-Hossen, and I am your host and the founder of the Happy Home Institute. It seems easy enough. If your children just listen to you, things will be all right. But today I want to explain to you why control leads to pushback and what to do instead so that you can get your children to want to listen to you. Because pushback means they're rejecting what you're saying, yet you want good for them. You are saying something that is good for them. So we need to learn how to influence so that we can guide our children and help them. Now let's start with something honest. We all want the best for our children. Every parent I've ever met wants their child to grow up safe, confident, and grounded. What we don't want is for our children to suffer from their mistakes, to struggle, or to see them fail. It's in our very parental DNA to protect our children and keep them safe. But sometimes this goes too far, and we fall into a trap. We think that control is the way to create safety. If they just listen to me, they won't make any mistakes. They won't struggle. They won't have to learn the hard way. But here's the truth. Control is an illusion. Kids, just like adults, they don't respond well to being pushed, pressured, or given ultimatums when we try to control them. They don't become obedient. Control makes them resistant. And that resistance isn't a sign of bad parenting. No, it's a sign that the strategy just doesn't work. Why do kids push back? Well, when we try to control them, think about it. None of us like the feeling of being controlled. We don't want a boss to micromanage us, or a partner who dictates what we do, or a family member who guilt trips us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us all with free will. That means that we are free to make our own choices. And yeah, we have to bear the consequences of our choices. But in the same way, so do our children. They have been given the freedom to make choices. For example, you could bring your child to sit in front of their books, but they have a choice of whether or not they're going to learn. We can't make them. Equally, you could bring a child to the prayer mat, but they have a choice if they're going to pray. They have to choose to pray. This free will is our greatest gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is what raises us above all of creation. But on the flip side, it's also what leads us psychologically to push back when we feel that we have no choice, because we're always protective of that gift. Nobody likes to have their choice taken away. Think about it. The last time that someone gave you no choice, how did that make you feel? Can you feel the pushback within that makes you want to do the opposite right away? In the same way, kids, They need to feel like they have some autonomy over their lives, over what happened to them, that they can make some choices. And when we take that away from them, even with the best of intentions, they will instinctively push back. This is not disobedience. This is not disrespect. This is just normal human psychology. So if you've been thinking, why won't my child listen? You might be trying to use control in a place where influence would work far better. Influence is completely different. Influence doesn't shout. Influence doesn't threaten. Influence doesn't force. Influence invites. And influence guides. When you become an influencer in your child's life, not in the Instagram sense, but as a heart influencer, someone who is not pushing them forward, but walking slightly ahead of them, with your hand out, showing them the way. And because of that, they naturally follow your lead. Influence says, I'm here, I get you, I'm on your team. And that changes everything. Kids soften, they open up, they listen. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Let me give you a simple example. If your child refuses to clean their room and you try to use control, you might say things like, clean it now or you'll have no TV time, or clean it or I'll take your phone away, or clean it or you're grounded. But what happens? They dig their heels in, they stall, they get emotional. Suddenly it's a full-on family battle. Now try influence. Saying something like, I know it looks like a lot to clean, but don't worry, honestly, it will take no time at all. I can help you get started. And when it's done, you'll love how nice it feels to relax in your room. I'm free now and can help you before I have to cook. Or you can just do it yourself in 5 minutes. It's up to you. When you put it that way, what happens? Most kids jump in because you've removed the pressure. You've made it collaborative, not combative. You've given them ownership. Now that is influence. So how do we shift from control to influence? Here are 5 steps. Number 1, you have to lead yourself first. You have to be an influencer to your child, not be influenced. Because your child's emotions are probably in that moment frustration or overwhelm. If you mirror your child's frustration and overwhelm and you get frustrated and overwhelmed, then you're going to both spiral. But if you lead yourself to calm first, your child will mirror your calm. Create calm inside of you. Because at this stage, it's not what you say, but what you feel that will lead your child. And when you are calm, they will be calm. Number 2, take the pressure off. Pressure triggers resistance because it builds up inside of us. And what we need to do is lower the emotional intensity by making the problem smaller, not catastrophic. So when you see your child's behavior, don't start making it such a big thing that they're lazy and they'll never become productive, or they've lied so they're always going to be a liar, or they don't know how to make friends so they'll always end up alone. Don't make it bigger. It's what makes you lose control. Number 3, you have to be human and realistic. We all make mistakes. We all get overwhelmed. So we need to show our children what it is like to be human, to fall, to learn, to grow, to make mistakes, to repair, and to move on. When we adjust our expectations of our children, then this is just part of life. Number 4, focus on the relationship, not on obedience. You see, obedience is short-term. Connection is long-term. If your child trusts you, they will listen, even when they don't agree with you. They will trust your decisions, even if they can't always make their own choices. This is true influence. This is leadership. This is prophetic parenting. And now offer your child choices, not commands. And so instead of saying, you need to do your chores now, you can say something like, I need help with the dishwasher. Can you help me, please? At which point the child feels like they have a choice. And then you can say, would you like to do it now or just before dinner time because I need the dishes to serve dinner? At that point, they understand why you're always saying, I need it now, because you need to serve dinner. This is still structured. It's still guided. You're leading, but they get to choose. And what happens when a parent shifts from control to influence? My clients tell me usually 3 things happen. 1, that their child is now working with them and not against them. 2, they get things done even without being asked. Imagine that. And 3, that now their child does things for them too. They think about me and they do things for me as well. Now that is the payoff. A child who feels that their free will is respected, that creates a relationship where each respect each other. And that also leads to a family that works well together. So remember, control pushes children away and influence draws them in. Now, if you've been battling with your child, feeling unheard or exhausted, my sister, it's not because you're failing. It's actually because you're ready for the next level of parenting. A level that is built on connection, understanding, and influence. So if today's episode spoke to your heart and you're ready to learn exactly how to influence your child in a way that transforms your home, come and join me on my free 4-week parenting training that's starting soon. Inside, I'll teach you how to communicate so your child actually listens. Inside, I'll teach you how to communicate so your child actually listens, how to reduce conflict, how to create cooperation, how to build emotional closeness, how to move from control to connection, and how to become an influencer that your child wants to follow. The link to join is in the description below. You don't need more pressure. Your family needs leadership, and you are ready for that next step. Thank you for listening, dear beautiful mom. I'll see you in the next episode, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.